Today's video, Germans pee differently than Americans.
Oh, no. We are Lisa and Greg, an American couple living abroad in Spain. If you're curious about the crazy, funny, and surprising differences between the US and Europe, you came to the right place. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of the fun and excitement that we have on this channel. This is Fayley. This is our old friend.
Fayley.
We seem to use her a lot. So I just want to say that I didn't even know this is a thing.
Oh, the pee thing?
That people pee differently? Like, who admits to that? Like,
I know, that's why it was like...
Yeah, like, what happens? I don't...
Well, this also gives me an opportunity to talk about what did we do? Oh, it was some differences between the US and Europe video where the guy on the video talked about how there's no toilet seats on the toilets.
Yes.
And he was in Italy, so he was talking about his experience there. And I said, there are places here that don't have toilet seats either.
Yeah.
And the comments lit up. Well, kind of lit up, but you know, there were a few people that were like, there's toilet seats everywhere in Europe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it was like, there really are no seats. There's 4 places in walking distance from where we live. They're mostly cafes.
Yeah.
That don't have toilet seats. So we're going to put those.
They're all cafes.
They're all cafes?
The ones, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That don't have toilet seats. So we'll put those in the screen so you guys can see that we're not lying. I don't know if it's in Spain, but no, that guy had it in Italy too. And someone, I think in Portugal said that they do that too. But I think it's for sanitary reasons. It's easier to clean.
I mean, I don't know why. It's just...
Yeah, we don't know why. We don't know why. It's just here. And we didn't think anything bad of it. It's just the way it is. Right. So we're not like, dogging on it or anything. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, just the way it is. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what Fayley got to say.
Okay. But when it comes to basic needs like using the toilet, countries are different, cultures are different, but when it comes to basic needs like using the toilet, we're all the same, right? Wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently. This sounds like quiet
Hello,
music.
servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Felicia. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but have been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, off and on.
I don't even think I knew her name was Felicia. I was just calling her Fayley.
Oh.
Since 2016, and on my channel I talk about differences between the US and Germany. So if you followed my channel for a while, you know that my videos are usually a little longer and pretty in-depth. Sometimes they just cover a single topic, and sometimes they're lists. But for a while now I've had this note on my phone with a bunch of I kind of call them random differences between the two countries that I couldn't really fit into a broader topic or into a list, and that at first sight also don't really seem to have a reasonable explanation as to why that's different in Germany and the US. So I've decided to make a little series out of this with videos that are a little shorter than usually and that are each dedicated to one of those topics. So today is the first one about peeing. We'll get to that in a second. And in the next few days, I'll be releasing one video, one topic every other day. So if you're not a subscriber yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel for free, then activate the bell and also activate the notifications in your YouTube settings. And that way you won't have to worry about missing any of my new videos. The topics of the series will include the mystery of jawlines, ice cream, oil changes on cars, how Americans and Germans handle having a cat, cookies and pastries, and also male circumcision. So I think Random Differences is a good title for the series. It's indeed a very random list, and it includes a few juicy topics. And of course, after this little series, you'll get the usual long, in-depth videos again. But just because these are shorter videos also doesn't mean that I won't give you any background information. Of course, it's still me. So with that, let's get started.
Okay.
So what do I mean when I say Germans pee differently than Americans?
Yeah.
Well, I actually just found out about this a couple of months ago when some friends and I were hanging out at the place of a German couple.
Oh, I was going to say, because I was wondering, like, how do you find that out? Did you do a poll or something? Did you survey some people? Like, how do you find this out?
Yeah, and I'm wondering, hopefully she says this is not a blanket statement. This is, I'm sure there's only a select few that Well, let's see what she says.
Yeah, we'll see what she says.
Okay.
She might be talking about everybody.
I don't know.
About this a couple of months ago when some friends and I were hanging out at the place of a German couple I'm friends with here in Cincinnati, and they have a sign in their bathroom that says, "Please take a seat," which to me as a German seemed totally normal. I didn't even really notice it. But then one of my American friends pointed out how German that is, and that's when I first learned that men in the US do not sit down when they pee. And yes, you heard right. This means that in Germany, it's pretty normal for men to sit down to pee.
Hey.
I mean, I would be okay with that.
Wait. Oh, about
sitting down to pee.
If more men sat down to pee.
If everybody did it, because in America, the bathrooms are nasty.
They are so nasty.
I mean, nasty. Mm-hmm. So, and it's like, I'm like, just like go a little closer.
Yeah.
You should have some control over your business.
Yeah. We were actually talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
How, the men's bathroom is usually disgusting.
Yeah.
Than the women's.
Yeah.
And it's just because you guys don't get, because they stand, or I don't know.
We don't know why. I mean,
we don't know why.
I mean, they just miss. Let's just put it that way.
Just miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
but if you sat, you still got to hold it down, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ich warn dich, wenn du vorhast, hier aufs Klo zu gehen, dann setz dich bloß hin.
Now, there's more to the story, of course. Not every German man does this, and I'm sure there are some men in the US who do, but as a woman who doesn't really think about this topic ever, I was really surprised to find out that there was a cultural difference here. So I did some research and found out that in Germany, this is in fact a more recent development. So sitting down to pee for men has become more and more common over the past few decades. And obviously, I'm not a guy, but I do remember that even in kindergarten, back in the 90s, the boys were taught that they're supposed to pee sitting down because that was considered like good manners, while standing urination was, almost like the rebellious way. Of course, those were kids, and I'm sure American daycares don't want little boys to pee all over the place either when they're standing. But even later, when growing up, you would see those signs in public bathrooms or at people's places to tell men to sit down.
Well, that's interesting. So I wonder if there's no urinals in the men's bathrooms.
Oh, right. Because you guys just go to the urinals.
You just go to the urinals. So there, and you only go into the other bathroom, you got to do more business than taking a pee.
But the single bathrooms, you guys just have toilets. There's no urinals.
You just stand up. The men just stand up. They don't lift the toilet seat. So when they do that, it's just nasty.
Yeah, you guys don't lift the toilet seat.
Well, they don't lift the toilet
and that's why they take the toilet seats off.
All right. That's true.
But for the women, I don't know why they take the toilet seats off.
Right.
But
so it's definitely a thing in Germany, and if a man does sit down to pee, it's associated with good manners and showing respect. Does that?
So first of all, who's gonna know?
Yeah, nobody's gonna know.
Yourself.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
The little kids who sat down, did they come out and be like, "I sat down. I just want you to know." They're probably lying. They probably didn't sit down. They stood up.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Does sit down to pee, it's associated with good manners and showing respect. Does that mean German men never pee standing up? Nope, absolutely not. Obviously, standing is just way more convenient in a lot of situations, and a lot of men just prefer that over sitting down. And yes, of course, you will find urinals in public bathrooms in Germany, just like you do in the US. Now, when it comes to numbers, though, I did find a statistic, and this actually surprised me because it said that only 50% of
it's in German.
Oh, okay.
German men prefer standing urination. I would have expected it to be the majority, to be honest. And about 67% even said that they always sit down when they're at home. And the topic even made it into the worldwide news in 2015.
Well, that would help because when I go to use the restroom in the middle of the night, like I have to take my flashlight.
Yeah, and I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't have to turn on the light.
You don't need it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I should start being more German when I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Down when they're at home. And the topic even made it into the worldwide news in 2015 when a German landlord in Düsseldorf demanded a payment of about 2,000 euros from her tenant because he had allegedly damaged the marble floor with urine because of his peeing habits. The court ruled in favor of the tenant though and said that he was indeed allowed to pee standing up because it's still a common practice. Now, from what I found out, this whole debate about standing versus sitting started in the 1970s and 80s in Germany during the women's movement, in West Germany to be precise. And that's when you'd start seeing these stickers on toilet seats everywhere.
Really?
That's pretty, you know who is sitting down. Okay? You know it's a man or a woman. That's good.
That's cute.
That's cute. Okay. So wait.
1985.
Okay, so what happened right here? What is she saying?
That you started seeing these in the 80s.
And she said it's part of the women's movement.
Oh, because there was a women's movement. So during that time, they started putting these up, kind of telling the guys what to do.
Okay.
And that's when you'd start seeing the...
Oh, I see. So they started, because if there were like unisex bathrooms, the women were like, it's not fair for you to pee all over everything.
I do hate unisex bathrooms.
Yeah.
I don't like them at all.
They are nasty.
These stickers on toilet seats everywhere. And as I said, since then, sitting down to pee for men has become more and more common in Germany and in other European countries as well. But apparently this wasn't and isn't really a thing in the US. And I have to say, logically, this doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. Standing urination is just as messy in the two cultures, and if about 50% of German men actually prefer to pee sitting down, then why don't American men do it? Or maybe my American friends were wrong when they told me that it wasn't really a thing in the US. I have to say it's a little...
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing in the US. I've never seen a sticker like that. Or
no.
Instructions. We've seen, or our son was saying that he's seen instructions to move closer.
Right.
Like stand closer to the toilets, but not sit down.
My American friends were wrong when they told me that it wasn't really a thing in the US. I have to say it's a little mysterious to me, so please help me out and let me know about your experiences in the comments below. If you're American, has this topic ever even come up? Were you ever taught to pee sitting down? Do you guys talk to your kids about it? And if you're German, what's your experience with this? Did you grow up with the premise that standing urination is bad behavior? Or if you're from somewhere else, what is it like in your country? Let me know. Before I wrap this up, I should probably mention that even though peeing sitting down is a totally accepted and encouraged thing in Germany, the myth that it's not very manly that a lot of people mention in this context does exist in Germany as well, and we even have an insult that's based on this. Calling a man a Sitzpinkler, a sitter, or sitting weir, pretty much means that he's a wimp and not very manly, which is ridiculous on so many levels. I hope we can all agree on this.
Well, she doesn't talk about the women.
Oh,
you
that's
only do
we
this
all
one
just
way.
sit down. I mean,
She could talk about hovering versus
hovering.
not.
If you hover, which a lot of women do, you make a mess. You make more of a mess.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't have a toilet seat, you make a mess. Because you hover, you have to hover.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna just post. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know.
All right. Let me look at the comments.
Yeah, go look at the comments.
This video just really has thrown us off today because we don't know what is going on. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what the people say here because that's that. Oh wow.
Well, what I think I was going to say that in America it's just about standing up because I remember when the kids were little. We have two boys. I used to try to throw a cereal in the toilet, and when they were standing, to just have them aim for the cereal,
right?
The little Cheerios,
make
a game out of it, and then it just was easier to teach them to sit down,
right?
Because they were, avoiding making a mess. But that's all,
right?
When they were little.
All right. Ever since I started cleaning my own bathroom, I started sitting. Nobody aims as well as they think.
Yeah, you're tired.
What you trying to say?
You guys don't always look either.
I do.
No, I've seen you not.
Well, Okay. In America, saying "I bet you pee sitting down" is one of the worst insults you can say to a man.
Oh,
really?
We never really heard that, but I don't know. I can see it being an insult.
In my company, we sign. Get out of here. That thing out of here. Okay. In my company, we have a sign at the urinal saying "Step closer." He's shorter than you think. It's gonna like that like 8 times. All right. Okay. Well,
funny.
that was a fun, different video.
Okay.
I never knew that somebody made if there's a video about that, it's probably a video about anything.
Seriously.
All right. Okay. Well, as usual, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.
Bye.